Hello, it's Trisha here. Nothing arranged, but I was just doing a little bit of Freemotion quilting, and I thought some of you that may be having a little look on Facebook might like to see what I'm doing. So hopefully you can see this quite well. You actually saw this quilt hanging up the other day. So I have my Freemotion foot on, I have my feed dogs dropped, and I'm just going to relax a little. So I'm starting in the centre. I'm trying to keep my hands out of the way, and I'm doing some little teardrops, if you like. So I am working in the triangle, and I'm just using the sides, the coloured sides of the triangle as my area. I'm going back to it, and I'm just doing little curves. And as that part there is going into the seam allowance and the binding, I'm going to carry on there. And then I'm just going to swivel it around because I come into another little point. So I'm going to start my little teardrop shape, and then I'm going to come out. I'm echoing the shape, and I'm going as wide as my triangle allows. And I'm starting in that spot because each time I am coming back to that centre. Then I can move my way to the next outside triangle here. I'm coming into that little point and just make that little one. So stay with me as long as you like, or not at all, because you might find it pretty boring. But I needed to do this, and I thought, why not have a few people watching me too? So I'm coming in here, and I'm just going backwards and forwards, and I'm just going to swivel my quilt around because I actually like to come towards me, and you will find one direction is better or more favourable for you than other ways. Must admit, I don't like going sideways. Can you just see me going backwards and forwards in a curve? But I'm keeping the coloured fabrics as my boundaries, and then into that middle point there. Swivel it around because I'm ready to come out to this one here. So I hope you can see what I'm doing, but it just felt nicer for me, and hopefully for you, of doing this with people around. So I'm just swinging backwards and forwards there and finishing off at that point of the triangle. And then again, let's go into that corner. So as I say, it's just a little teardrop shape, and you can see I'm not going that fast. I'm coming out. Now that one's gone a little bit, so I just come around there and back around here and into that point there. Then swivel it around. So again, I'm coming towards me. Freemotion, for a lot of you, you may never have tried it, and it is a little bit daunting, but it is quite free and easy. It's not, you don't have to be absolutely perfect. I'm not being absolutely perfect. I'm just going backwards and forwards, and I'm just enjoying myself. One thing I'm not doing is tensing. I am relaxing. So I'm going to move along this line here. So actually I'm going to start here, then I can go backwards and forwards along there. So let's just swivel that around again. Start in that point there, and again we'll cut that little bit of thread in a moment. Let's just move that out of the way because I don't really want to stitch over it. So around, nice little curves, around we go. And this one is going to be the same actually. So I've gone just to the line there, so I'm just going back into this one here and into that point there. Then swivel it so that I can go into this next triangle and around. That first one is quite easy. Then I'm trying to keep my needle going up the side, same there. But I'm not, so I'm coming back, I'm following those steps now and just going into that plain area there and in and down there again. Stop there and then straight back out again. And you can see it isn't taking me that long at all. My favourite bit next is going to be the binding, and I'm going to do that on the machine. So that one went a little bit better. So curving into those corners, or that one corner, and then again coming just out of there and around. Nice curved sweep and to the other side. And I'm not going to go all the way back into that corner, so I'm going to do those curves into here and then back into the centre there. So I'm working on a pinwheel quilt. This is the mini quilt, not this month's mini quilt. You will have had the PDF instructions in the group, which I must ask you to download as soon as you can, because I don't want anybody missing it out or leaving it to the last minute and not being able to get it. Oh, there's a little bit of thread there, and just trim that off as we go. And then I'm coming into this one here. So nice, and I'm not going fast, so a nice little slow start and just move that around. I've got nothing special underneath. It's just gliding smoothly on the needle bed, which is quite good. So we're in there again, and then I'm coming out to this outside one. So a little bit bigger pearl or teardrop there, back round to it. Use those outside triangles to your advantage, because I've got no markings here at all. So then I'm just going around and around and into that mark. So I'm going to work down here now. So, oops, so that just caught that little bit. So let's tuck that out of the way. So again, another little teardrop and push it round. Oh, didn't like that at all. Might have to cut that. And around. I was going a little bit wild there, so back down that line and into that point. You probably won't notice that anyway once it's all done. So a little bit over there, and again, little teardrop, and around we go. There we go. I thoroughly enjoy a little bit of Freemotion when I need to do it and once I've had a little play. So this is my play. Although saying that, I've done another little quilt today, and that had Freemotion too. So I will show you that another day. So here we come round, and this time I can work into, so I'm just going around here in curves as well. I'm going to work into that point, and then I'm going to work into this corner. So it is completing itself, well, I'm doing it, aren't I? But pretty quickly. So there we go, a little curve, back around the other way. So this makes you get used to stitching in two directions, and this is probably one of the easier ways, rather than straight lines, a nice curve. Okay, just make sure, oh, the calico is just about under there. So you can see it is coming. What have we got? Just this few in here. Okay, make sure so underneath, you can see that looks quite pretty, doesn't it? So I'm using my Orifil thread as I normally would. I think we'll start down here. So I'll be with you, and I'll have a word with you in a moment once I have finished this. So we'll just go into here. Can't see what comments or if anybody's watching, but we'll have a little chat in a minute. As I say, totally impromptu. I wasn't deciding, or I hadn't intended to do this, but I just thought, well, while I'm doing it, why not make a little video so that anybody else might be inspired to do a little bit of free motion. And this machine in particular does it pretty nicely. Haven't used this machine for free motion for a little while. I think we'll go down here. That's it. So I thought, let's give it a go this morning on the other mini quilt I've done. And I've just been over to see my dad, and I thought, let's finish another quilt. We've got it to the making stage, the topper stage, and I thought, really, there's enough time now to finish this one too. So you might think, how do I decide what I'm going to do when I come to quilting? And I do think, what am I going to do? Because this one, I thought I didn't really want to do straight lines across those triangles. So I thought, let's fill in the triangles. They are crying out for a little bit of free motion. You'll notice in the centre there, it's a little bit bulky because there's a few seams that intersect. So just go slowly in those seams. I should probably have done a little bit wider there. But there you see, we'll come back along there and go down into that little corner there, into that point. So we'll now come into this one, and then you see we can go back up there. So it's not going to be very long. Probably notice I like going to the left first of all. Oh, I can see that there. I'm trying not to hit my dark fabric, but I did, but never mind. So I'm coming back down the same one and back into that middle one there. Swivel it around and slowly over there. So let's do a bigger pearl teardrop there. And then hopefully, oh no, not hopefully, it's because I'm going over there. So we'll do another curve into this little triangle because that's where we need to end up. And then we are going to go into this one here and come back out. Now I've used 505 spray on my wadding just to hold the layers together nicely while we quilt. Let's see if we can do that. One went quite well. So reasonably big, and then up along the sides, up along there. Oh, this one's going to work as well. And round we go, and back, and a nice curvy motion into that corner. And so it's like feathers. That's what I sort of got in mind. I like doing this as an all over. There we go, and into that one, and into that one there. Or we hit that as well. Never mind. It's only going to be minimal pieces. And around. And so this is what sprung to mind actually. Let's go halfway across there. And then I think we can come out once more and over into that next side and backwards and forwards. I mean, as an excuse, or my excuse is that I haven't got the light on, because to be able to, it is better to have full lighting when you're doing it. I'm using a thread that coordinates with the ivory. So it isn't particularly the best, is it? And I'm hoping that you can see. Right, is that my last one, or have I got another? I've come to a stopping point. Oh no, I've got 3, 4 more here. So let's start here. Let's start, perhaps I've got 5. So nearly there. If you can't see, I apologise. But there is our little teardrop. Back round. And back round again. And we'll come up right to the edge there. And then into that point, which is there. Let's pivot around. And the thread, you see, I've only, what have I stopped? Twice. It's more or less continuous, perhaps 3 times. And around to there. Yes, I shouldn't have gone that far. So around we go there. And into the point. 4 more to go. And then we'll see what's been said, if anybody's watching at all. Right, and around we go. Just enough room to come back and go a little round and round. This is just freedom when you're doing this. So around we go. Perhaps I've gone the opposite way. That's it. I think I have. Variety is the spice of life. That's it. Round we go there. And round we go back again. And round into that corner. I think we have just 2. Just hit that little bit there. But yes, I did the opposite way because that's the way I like. Over to the left and then to the right. So not too fast. Relax as we go. And around to that curve. Curve into the point. And my hair looks a bit of a mess because, as I say, this was totally impromptu. And around we go. And around we go there. And we've nearly finished. So, into that circle. Now every single one of those has been completed. So we can see a little bit. Can you see that there? Oh, we have got a few people. Not that I'm there. So there's the back of it. So let me see what I just look like. Totally casual for the weekend. Hello all. So just a quickie. There it is. Oh, you can see that there, can't you? So I decided to do all those swirly bits. And on the back, you can see that I've done all of those. So, no, it doesn't look as if there's any comments coming up there at all. But there we are. I'm not intending staying on long, but as I say, I just thought I will give you a little, yeah, it's one of those days because I'm in the group. Because I'm in the group, oh yeah, that looks, perhaps I should have done it for the front. That's looking pretty impressive. Anyhow, thank you for joining me, all 21 people of you. And I shall see you on Tuesday. Won't be this mini quilt. That was the one you saw. It's another one. So look forward to seeing you then, 6:30 in the group. Take care. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Bye.